Good morning. Well, we're in the centre of the city of Southampton today, and we're going to look for a hare. Actually, we're going to look for several hares. There's an art trail here for the summer which takes us through some of the historical parts of the city. So let's go and see how many hares we can find. The first one is just over here. This Hampshire Hares art trail has been set up to showcase the work of local artists and to help families explore the centre of Southampton. I've downloaded the app to my phone and we'll follow the trail, which will take us to various places, including some of historical interest in the city. This first hare is called Forget-Me-Not and it's been sculpted by artist Erika. I've added details about each hare and their artist in the text below. Each hare has a 4-digit number on its plinth, and we can enter the number against the hare in the app, and perhaps win a prize. We'll find our next hare next to the old city walls, at the ruins of the Watergate. Here's our next hare. He's called How Many Rabbits in a Rabbite? And you can see that the name comes from the electronic design on the hare. Centuries ago, when the walls surrounded the city, the sea would have come up to this wall, and so people who arrived on boats entered the city through the Watergate. We'll continue along the South City walls to look for hare number 3. Here he is in front of us. He's called Captain Discovery, and his design is inspired by Hampshire's connections to the sea and exploration. Captain Discovery stands near the Mayflower Monument. This monument commemorates the sailing of the ships Mayflower and Speedwell from here in 1620. They carried the Pilgrim Fathers to America. The Pilgrims left England because they weren't allowed to practice their Puritan religion under the reign of King James I. So, if you're watching this video in America, it's possible that one of your ancestors was here 400 years ago. We're walking alongside the west walls now. This is the West Gate, very well preserved. You may know the Pig chain of hotels. This is Southampton's Pig Hotel, called the Pig in the Wall. Most of the city walls were built in the mid to late 14th century. This followed an attack on the city by the French, who damaged the castle and burnt down a lot of the buildings. King Edward III ordered the walls to be built right around the city to stop a repeat attack. We should find our next hare just beyond this boat. This is Hare of the Dog, which I think is a great name for a hare that looks like a Dalmatian. Hare of the Dog sits outside of another gate in the west wall. We'll walk through here and see where the path leads us. On the corner here we find Tudor House. This is open to the public, and I'll come back here another day to make a video of this magnificent building. Just up the road from Tudor House we find a pub with a very memorable name. As you can see, this is the Titanic pub. The Titanic set sail on her fateful maiden voyage from Southampton in April 1912. Over 1,500 of the passengers and crew lost their lives when the Titanic hit an iceberg in the middle of the Atlantic. There are several Titanic memorials in the city, and our next hare is sitting near one of these. This brightly coloured hare is called Oriana, and she's all about hope and renewal. She's sitting in front of Holyrood Church. The church was destroyed during the bombing of the city in 1940. It was never rebuilt, but the ruins were made safe and it's now a memorial to Southampton's merchant seamen. There are various memorials throughout the church. It's a very calm and serene space in the middle of the city. A fitting place then to find the Titanic memorial dedicated to the firemen, stewards and crew. 685 crew members lost their lives when the Titanic went down, and most of them came from Southampton. The memorial was paid for by the families and friends of the crew. We'll walk on up the street towards the Bargate. This was the old north gate of the city. Here we'll find Hare, glinting in the sunshine. The Bargate is a Grade 1 listed medieval gatehouse. The main structure was built by the Normans in the 12th century. We should find our next Hare on the other side of the Bargate. There he is on the right. This is Doctor Who Hare, and you can see images of all of the Doctor Who's on the design. This view looks back at the Bargate, with Doctor Who Hare to the left. This is the view that would have greeted visitors to Southampton up until the 1700s, when the town expanded outside of the old town walls. The Bargate is in the centre of the city these days. Nearby is the modern face of Southampton, and we'll find our next Hare there. We'll speed up a bit here. The old walls are still prominent against the new developments. We're approaching the fan zone, very popular on big sporting occasions. Our next Hare is in amongst those trees. He's called Dazzle and was inspired by the markings on zebra and the camouflage that they provide. The last Hare that we'll see in this first half of our walk in Southampton is nearby, outside of the main shopping centre. His name is Mr. March. Mr. March has a surprise for us. Inside Waterstone's window, he's hidden 2 leverets. This is the end of part 1 following the Hampshire Hares art trail. I hope you found it interesting. In part 2 we'll continue through the centre of the city, and amongst other things we'll see 2 more of the Titanic memorials. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.